Honestly, the reason that I was able to travel to 25 countries, get that stamped up passport, have all of these amazing experiences abroad while simultaneously building up my portfolio and growing as an investor is because I am a flexible traveler. Flexibility is literally the key. Let me explain. Hey guys, welcome to Growing with Sherry. My name is Sherry, and on this channel, we talk about how to save, invest, and optimize your portfolio so that you can see the world all while building wealth. If you're new here, please click like and subscribe so you can keep up with our upcoming videos. We're gonna get right into this topic. People are always asking me, girl, you're traveling again? How are you able to travel so much? Last year in 2025, I had the benefit and the privilege of being able to travel to 5 different countries. And it was the most amazing time. And I did that all while building wealth, all while leveling up my portfolio. And I want to let you know that it is possible. It is possible to be a rich girly, a girly that has her, financial life in order, but also be able to get a stamped up passport. The way that I balance both is by being flexible. I am a flexible traveler, and that is the key. So the first way that I am flexible is through location flexibility. So what this looks like is, let's say I want to travel during a certain week during March. I'm going to be very flexible about the location that I want to visit, the destination that I want to go to. So rather than saying in March, I want to go specifically to Mexico, I'm going to say that in March, I'm going to go to a place that I want to go to that is affordable in March to visit. So when I do my search on Google Flights, I will put my home city in the departure section, and the destination, I will leave it to anywhere. And then I will go on the world map and I will move the map around to be able to see all of the pricing for travel across the world at my desired time. And what that does is it gives me an overarching view of the world and pricing for travel at the time that I want to go. And I can pick and choose my destination based on the price point that reflects the amount that I want to spend at that time. So let's say I was only planning to spend $500 on my travel at that time. I would be looking across the map for a destination or a location that I could visit for $500 or less. And there are going to be places. Maybe it's not the place that you had on your top destination, but it could be another country that you can explore and another culture that you can learn more about. So be flexible on your location. So the next way that I am flexible when it comes to travel is through the dates that I travel. So I know that this won't work for everyone because a lot of people work 9 to 5s and they're only able to travel on the times and dates provided by their workplace. But for those of you who have more flexibility when it comes to choosing the dates that you want to travel, then be flexible in your dates. It really, really makes a difference. So for example, if you want to travel to a certain destination, you are not going to want to go during high season. This is when a lot more travelers are traveling to that destination. Usually the weather is better. So if you are limited to going only during that time, then pricing is going to be a lot higher for you, which makes your overall trip cost much higher. If you are able, try to opt for traveling during the shoulder seasons or during the low seasons, or if you're able to even be flexible simply on the dates. Maybe you wanted to travel on the Saturday. Sometimes I find Saturdays are very, very expensive to travel on. So you can simply change it to maybe a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and you might see a significant decrease in the same flight and the same destination that you were intending to go to. So see if you can be flexible in the dates of travel. You will be able to save much more money that way while still seeing that destination. So another way that I'm able to be flexible to ensure that I save money as a traveler is by being flexible on the flights that I choose. So you do have the option sometimes to take a flight that is a non-stop flight, and that's often going to be the more expensive options. At times, it actually might be more cost effective to take a flight that has one stop. Sometimes it can be inconvenient because, those stops can be crazy. You can have stops where, you are stopping in a country for 36 hours and overnight, what are you going to do for 36 hours? But sometimes those stops can be beneficial. Let's say you wanted to hit another destination while en route to a certain country. You could easily do that through a stopover program. Like, for example, when I wanted to go to Colombia, Medellin, for 2 weeks, I purposely did a stopover in Panama. Copa Airlines has a stopover program, which allows you to essentially stop over for, I believe, like 7 days in Panama. Even though I was intending to just go to Medellin, I got the best bang for my buck through the stopover program, where I was able to stop over in Panama for 3 days, see the country, and then hop on my next flight within 3 days to Medellin. So I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I don't want to stop over. I just want to pay for the convenience. Convenience is what often brings prices up when it comes to travel. So it's important to find which areas that you are willing to be flexible in. I'm not saying all of these areas you need to be flexible in, but I'm just saying pick and choose which areas you are willing to be flexible in to save a few dollars that could be put towards investing. So the next way that I'm flexible to ensure that I save money during travel is to be flexible on the accommodation. So a lot of people are very picky and choosy with the type of accommodation. Maybe this is not going to be your area, but if you are willing to be flexible in accommodation, you can save a lot of money while traveling. The difference when it comes to hotel prices versus Airbnbs versus hostels, if you're about that life, is significant. So when I was in my early 20s, I was more open to hostels, especially as a solo traveler, because of the fact that I wanted to network, I wanted to meet people, I wanted to connect with people that I could travel within the country with. So it was beneficial for me. There are drawbacks of hostels because hostels can be dirty, they can be a little sketchy, but they are such an affordable option to be able to see a certain destination. Now, as I'm in my 30s, I'm not really into hostels, but I'm more open to Airbnbs in certain destinations. Airbnbs are often more cost effective. You get the flexibility to be able to cook your own meals if that is something that you need. And sometimes they're just as nice as the hotels that you might potentially book. Am I always going to book an Airbnb? No. Sometimes you do need a hotel. You want the relaxation. You want the hospitality. You want to kick your feet up with a martini in hand and enjoy the beach. I get it. But for certain destinations where you want to cut costs, an Airbnb might be a cheaper option, or if you're open to it, booking a hostel can save you money as well. All right, guys, so the final way that I'm flexible to ensure that I save money as a traveler is to be flexible on the experiences that I do. So oftentimes when I travel, I will dedicate my money to 1 or 2 bigger experiences that are more costly, that I really, really want to indulge in, but I will make it my mission to explore options like Airbnb experiences, or look for more local experiences that are more affordable to engage in. I also will always do a free walking tour in whatever destination that I travel to. So if you go on the website Guru Walk, they often have free walking tours with locals where you can explore the country for free, with the exception of giving them a tip at the end of the tour. It's a really, really great way to see the local areas of the place that you want to visit at a more affordable price point. And at that point, once you go and you do your free walking tour, then you can get more exposure to local experiences that way, and often be able to find more affordable pricing through that. All right, guys, so those are the ways that I'm flexible to ensure that I'm able to save money as a traveler. And by no means am I trying to tell you that you need to adopt all 5 different ways, but I want to encourage you for your next trip. When you're trying to book your next trip, try to adopt one of these different ways. Maybe you are going to try choosing an accommodation at somewhere that is more affordable, like an Airbnb or a hostel if you're about that life. Maybe your next trip, you're going to be open to changing the location based on what is more affordable and what is more accessible to your price point. Maybe next trip, you are going to be flexible on the dates rather than traveling during the high season when it's much more busy and prices are higher. Maybe you're going to try traveling during the low season or during the shoulder season. Let me know in the comments which way you are going to be flexible for your next trip. I'm really excited to hear about it. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.